Asha from Skatefresh, and welcome back to Perth. So I am here with, what's your name?
My name is Ella.
Ella, and what is your skate-related question?
So I wanted to talk about frames, like what is the best or the most optimal position for my frames on my skates.
That is one of those kind of huge questions, right? And you could probably look at thousands and thousands and thousands of videos all about frame placement. Okay, now we got a skate here just for those of you who don't know about frame positions. Where a frame is positioned, could you hold that for me?
Yes, I can.
Just stick it around there.
Yeah.
So where a frame is positioned on the skate, on some models of skates, it's movable. You can move it sideways, you can move it up and down, in and out, yeah?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, different brands have variations of all of those options, okay? But the point is, some frames are movable, and the question is, where do we put the frame?
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
Now, it's a huge topic, and we're only going to scratch the surface here. When the skates come out of the box, they generally are pretty straight, as in, you know, the front wheel generally fits right about where your second toe is, so the toe next to your big toe. That's usually where you want the wheel coming out. So if you look at the skate like that, it's usually the big toe and the big toe and the next toe.
Okay.
That's where the wheels come out. So that is a straight kind of setup. Now, what often happens is if people pronate on an inside edge, they then want to move the frame a bit more towards the inside, so that your weight falls a bit more on the center, and you can fix your pronation by moving your frame.
Yeah.
That's what most of the videos are about, how to move it, etc. My only concern with doing that is that I think you should only move a frame when you've already exhausted all of the technique changes that you could make first.
Okay.
So if you have a pronation, I believe most of us have the ability to fix our pronation by bending our knee more. I'll just do this by standing up, stay there. If we have a pronation on an inside edge, it's usually because our knee bend isn't enough forwards and the knee is conking kind of inwards. Yeah, so by moving our knee a little bit towards the outside, we can fix a pronation.
Okay.
So my worry is if you don't do that knee work and you just move the frame,
you're not really
well,
fixing.
you're not. It's a bit like, you know, you're fixing the symptom, but you're not fixing the cause.
Yeah.
So now, for some people, they can work on that, and they might improve the pronation from here to here, and then moving the frame is the icing on the cake.
Okay.
So you know, I'm not saying that moving your frame is bad. I'm just saying that try to first, you know, be in control of your own edge.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, it's what I call conscious edge control, and I think it's one of those really important basic skills that as inline skaters we really have to master.
Yeah.
Just like stopping and striding,
Yeah.
right? If we skate on inside edges a lot, we're going to have problems at some point, either
Absolutely.
foot problems or knee problems or hip problems or something.
Yeah.
Plus, we won't have a glide. We can't balance. We'll fall more.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a really important issue. So your frames, are they? You don't need to show me because they're on your feet. But are they parallel, and have you already moved them?
I have moved them. They are slightly in, especially because I'm on 125 wheels now, so it's become a bit more of an issue.
Okay.
Mine are slightly in.
Both the toe and the heel, so the whole frame has gone in.
The toe. Oh, the heel slightly more than the toe.
So you've got your heel in, so it's a mini diagonal.
Exactly. Just
Okay.
a little bit, because with my natural stance, when I stand up straight, my toes naturally want to pigeon toe a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it kind of makes sense. Your feet were naturally a bit diagonal,
Exactly,
so you
exactly.
diagonalized your frame a tiny bit.
Yeah, because especially on the bigger wheels, I was feeling very uncomfortable being perfectly straight.
There we go. So I think, you know, moving frames is really, it's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
And if you have a particular personal thing, like slightly toes in, then that kind of does make sense, right? I think that the problem with a lot of people when they move frames is they move too much.
Yeah.
Right? It's millimeters.
And it makes
it's
the biggest
tiny,
difference.
tiny amounts. Okay?
It
So it
does.
sounds like you've experimented.
I've been experimenting non-stop.
And you've found your solution.
Yes.
So well done. So I think
you.
in your circumstance, you've done the right thing.
Good.
And ultimately, if your skate is comfortable, if you're gliding on a center edge or an outside edge, and you can skate loads of distance, then you did the right thing.
Perfect.
Good job. Well done,
you.
Ella.
Thanks so much.
Fantastic. So it's good night from Perth, and we'll see you again.
Yes.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Skating is not easy or obvious to learn, and most people do the wrong things without realizing. The focus of all my teaching is making sure people understand exactly how to find their balance on their skates, whatever the move. The online training courses cover inline and quad skating from beginner to advanced levels. Each video lesson gives you a sequential list of exercises which gradually build up each part of the skill. These teaching progressions have been used in real-life classes for 2 decades, so we know they work. Test out any of the online courses with a free trial lesson, so you get to experience the process of consciously making something happen on your skates that was previously unavailable to you. Check out the Learn Online section at skatefresh.com.